Hi everyone, it's Linda Canazzi from LyndaCreates, and I want to wish everyone a happy World Card Making Day. I have a fun card that I wanted to share. I'm so excited about combining embroidery with stamping, so I wanted to celebrate World Card Making Day with a stitched, stamped card. So this is a finished card. This is a needle painted stamped image on fabric, foam mounted to the front of a card. So check out how I made this. This project consisted of several different steps. So let me just show you first. What I did was I took this stamp, it's from a Tim Holtz set from Stampers Anonymous, and I took the largest butterfly, so I used washi tape and I covered everything that I didn't want nearby and inked it up. Removed the washi tape, so now there's only ink on the butterfly, and then I stamped it onto some fabric. That's step one. Step two is I took embroidery floss and I stitched it . So let me show you that. And I did something called needle painting or thread painting. Basically, you fill in the colors one stitch at a time to create that. So it's just stitching in the colors. Now, interesting thing about this is that when you're working with the butterfly, it's generally symmetrical. So it was a little bit harder to try to stitch all of these colors symmetrically, the shapes, but it was a fun challenge, and I did this while on my camping trip. So it was very, very, very relaxing. So that is the first part, was the stamping, and then this embroidery floss stitching. And now I have this butterfly on the fabric. Next thing I have to do is I'm using these classic circles and dashed circle dies from iCrafter. They are sold out, but you can use any circle die that you have. This is, let's see, hold on, 3 1/4 inch size diameter, and I just want to center it in there. Now before I do that, let me show you the second part of this card. So I took a piece of cardstock. It is 9 inches wide by 6 inches high. And the reason I had to do this odd shape was because I needed enough space for the circle, but I needed to be at least 6 inches wide, under 6 inches wide, to go through the die cutting machine. So what I did, this is a dashed circle die, and this one is 3 1/4 inches. And I ran it through the die cutting machine like that. And I have a crease line, so this is what the folded card will look like. So it gives me a window to work with there. And I also cut a piece of complimentary cardstock that goes well with the butterfly. And this is 4 inches by 5 1/4, so just slightly smaller than the front of the card. About 1/4 inch in all the way around. And it is actually going to mount in here when I'm ready. Okay, So the next thing I need to do is to trim out my butterfly. Oh, I also cut a circle, which is roughly 2 5/8 diameter. So I cut it out of the white cardstock, so I'm going to use that to mount my butterfly to. But now I need to cut the fabric, the excess fabric away. So I have it centered. I'm just going to use my friction pen and so there I have that. And now what I'm going to do is I want to mount it on the circle, but I want to be able to wrap around the back side. So I'm going to work from this side, and I am going to cut tiny slits in here. I don't want to cut past the rim of the circle there, but I want to cut just enough so that it could fold and overlap when I'm done. Oops. Okay, so now that I have that done, and I decided on liquid glue, I'm also going to put some foam tape down to hold it afterwards. Okay. So I'll tighten it up a little bit more before I put it down, but you could see how that's going to look. So now what I have to do is use some craft tape, and okay, so I'm about 1/4 inch inside all the way around. And just to make it a little more secure around the edge here, I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive, liquid adhesive. Okay, and this paper has a pattern, so I'm going to put that facing outwards. So that's the outside part. And now what I'm going to do is I pre-cut a piece of round double stick foam, and I'm going to mount this in the center there. So I just want to make sure the butterfly is facing upwards. And that is how you can use a Stitch Your Stamp embroidery project using a stamp that you may have for a card. And I'm going to maybe stamp a sentiment or write something there. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, and happy World Card Making Day to everyone who's a card maker out there. And I appreciate everyone. Again, please check out especially my Stitch Your Stamp projects. I'm really enjoying embroidery, combining embroidery with stamping, and just having a great old time with it. So thanks for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.